So a couple weeks ago I was talking to Mike Scott over at First Texas. Now Mike Scott and I, we go back a long ways, and First Texas, if you don't know, they make all kinds of metal detectors. They make Teknetics metal detectors, they make fishers and bounty hunters, and they do all kinds of other stuff as well. And we just kind of chit-chatting, and he had mentioned that the T2, which is the machine that I use a lot on land, you'll see it in all my videos, that they actually lowered the price to $499. Now, when I bought my T2, it was like $1,000, so it's like half price. And I asked him, what did you have to do to the machine, Mike, to get it down to half price? He just kind of chuckled, but he said basically it's the exact same machine. And he wanted to know if I wanted to try it out and maybe make a video with it or something. And I said, Mike, I already have one, and I already make videos with your machine, so it's not a big deal. But then I got to thinking, what if he sends me a machine? And I can do an unboxing with you guys. I can show you exactly what it is. And I'll take it outside and we'll give it a little run to make sure it sounds the same. And after all that, I'll give it away. I'll do my first giveaway for the Teknetics T2. What do you think? I think it'll be fun. It'll be different for me anyway. So, let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. Let's put it together, and see what it sounds like. And then we'll take it outside if it's not too dark and see how she works. What do you think? And I'll give you the details about the giveaway at the end of the video. So come back if you leave me. Alright, and here we have it. Let's go ahead and rip this bad boy apart. See if I can figure out how to get into it. Ah, yes. The green machine. This is a great little machine here, by the way. But first, let's look at this. This is a read this first statement. It talks about electrical interference and problems you might have if you use the machine around high tension wires and things like that. At least I assume that's what it's talking about. Yes, that's what it's talking about. Now I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we go outside. A little piece of foam that's just kind of loose in there. I don't know where that thing came from. Let's take her out of here. Backed up nice and tight. I like that. Nice thing about this machine is that it is very simple to use and it is extremely light. Let's go ahead and set it to the side for now. See what other kind of goodies we have in here. Usually the poles and stuff on the bottom, which they are. This is the loop for it. This is the standard loop. And we have to take it apart like this. Pull this out. Alright, good. That's off. We'll just keep this in our hand for a minute. This is part of the shaft. The other half of the shaft. Now you should try to keep the box in good shape if you can. That way if you for some reason ever have to send it back, that you have a nice solid box to send it in. Okay, so let's see what we have. That's stuck there. This is the loop. I guess I could have been a little more careful with that too. Alright, got the loop at the shaft and you got the book with the little O-rings. Alright, put that aside. Here's the manual, which I'll take a look at here. I'm not going to go through the manual with you guys because it's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm sure that's all online too. Alright, what is this? Okay, this is the insert washer into lower stem. I guess they actually do use both of them on this particular machine. Some machines I've used, they only use one. First thing first is we take the machine, and this is the middle shaft. We need to slide it up in here so that this button pops into this hole right here. Now these cams are usually made so that when you turn it one way it tightens and you turn it the other and it loosens. If you look in here you can see a little black piece. So we need to make sure that's all the way out. Like that. And we pop this in here. Push the button. Just like that. And if you want to tighten it up, just give the twirls like that and it's nice and tight. Same thing for the middle shaft. I want to make sure this is loose first. You can see if you go one way it tightens, the other way it loosens. So it's all the way loose now. Push the button in. And we'll just put it right there for now. Now the big thing with this is you have to make sure when you're putting the head on that you're putting the right side up, because I have been known to put them upside down. What we'll do is we'll take the little washers, we pop them in right here, just like that, so that they're flush. See how that's flush right there. Same thing on this side. Now I haven't put one of these machines together in many years, but but it just kind of stays with you. You take that just like that. Tip to the side like this, so you can see how you can line it up just like that, so that you can take this piece, shove it through the hole, and give her a little wiggle. There you go. This on the other side. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Okay, put that nice and snug. Now this is the cable, so we'll take the cable tie off, and we'll use that later. What you want to do is you want to wrap this around just like this, so that when you have it in your position that you're going to use it in, that it's fairly tight. You don't want this thing flopping around like crazy. So if this is flopping around down here, you got to remember there's metal in it, so that could interfere with the activity down here in the head. So you always want to make sure this is fairly tight. This is simple too. You just line up the hole. There's a slot right here. You just line up with a slot that's in here. You can feel it just went right in just like that, no problem. Alright, tighten this little piece up. Just like that, and this little doohickey, there's got two of them actually. And I guess we'll just wrap these around here somewhere. Well, let's put one here since it was here, I guess, I don't know. Do the same thing on the lower one, that keep this one from like flopping all around when we're using it. There's a little slot right there, so you just feed the tail through the slot and wrap it back around as Velcro. That's it. So all we have to do is put batteries in it. This is how you get to the battery compartment. This little thing right here you pull down. There's no batteries! So we have to rustle up some batteries real quick. And let me go do that, and then we'll take it outside and turn it on and see how it works. Okay, I got some batteries. Now I'll have to admit, these are not brand new batteries. These are used batteries. But I think it'll be good enough for now. So take your battery. You can see it has a little springy thing here. That goes on the flat part right there. So you want the flat part down on both of them. And see this little tab? This is something I didn't know for many, many years. In fact, I only figured this out a couple of years ago. I'm really embarrassed to kind of tell you about this, but when you take your battery and you put it in here, make sure you have this tab sticking out like that. You put your battery like that, and you pop it back in there. The same thing here. Other side. Lo mismo, as they say in old Mexico City. And see these little tabs? When you want to get the batteries out, that's all you got to do. I'm so embarrassed. I never knew that until just a couple years ago. I never paid attention to that tab. I had no idea what it was for. So get your batteries in there. Yeah, just pop this back on. Snaps in place, and if you have a headphones, you just plug your headphones in right here. And so we'll go ahead and take this outside, and I'm going to let you listen to it so you can hear what it sounds like, and I can hear what it sounds like. We're not going to do depth tests or anything like that today. I just want to make sure it works and it has the same type of sound that I am used to. So let's go do it. I'll grab a bullet and a coin or two, and we'll head out to the garden and see how she works. Here we are. If you look at the machine, the way I have it together, this is loose, a little floppy, so we need to tighten that up, and we tighten that up like this. Just loosen that up and spin it around a few times and tighten it back up again. Just like that. You don't want to tighten it so tight that it pulls on this. You just want to tighten enough so it's not flopping around like crazy. So that's the on-off knob right there, and also the volume control. So we'll just turn it all the way on and all the way up. Okay, and here's the control box. And I'm going to set it up like I normally would set it up. So I like to hunt and discriminate usually. And the next one down is sensitivity. So you push this button. It goes to sensitivity. Factory preset is 60. I'm going to go ahead and crank that up. Now the problem with cranking it up, it gets a little bit noisier. But let's just put that on 88. Hit the button again. Discrimination level 10. That's pretty low. I don't want to hear any iron. So let's go ahead and bump this up and watch this thing move right here. The higher I get it. See, now it's over to iron. Now it's over to foil. Now we don't want it in foil because that could be a little gold coin. Let's just bump it back down. And just put it on, say, 40 for right now, just to show you. Number of tones, that's the kind of noises it makes. And I like it in 2-tone. So what we do is we just turn this. That's 1+, so everything sounds the same. 2+, that's what I like to hunt in. Some guys like to hunt in 3, but I'm going to show you 2+ because that's how I do it. Hit that. Ready to go. All you have to do is ground balance. In order to ground balance, you just push this button out. Go up and down like that until it quiets down. See how it's quieted down? So it's done. That's ground balanced and ready to roll. What I have on the stump here is a Civil War bullet, and I just want you to hear what it sounds like. See the reading? 76, looks good, sounds good. There's a quarter right there. Let's listen to the quarter. Oh yeah, listen to that, 89 is up there. See, it says quarter right there, 25 cents. I have a horse bit over here, I'll show that to you. Listen to this. See, it sounds like it wants to be good, but it's bouncing around a little bit. So we know that's not a quarter sound, it's kind of bouncy. And if we adjust the discrimination level, that noise, we can make that go away no problem. And here's a little nail right there. Let's listen to that. See? Almost nothing. And again, if we go ahead and crank this discrim up, it should be gone. See, it's pretty much gone. Barely hear that. But, quarter still there. Bullets stay there. I don't recommend going that high though. I recommend keeping your discrim down in the iron range so you don't lose buttons and gold coins. That's it. That's how to use a T2. It's light as a feather too. Look at that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget, we're going to give this away. I think we're going to do it next week. I'm not sure what day. It'll be probably a pretty quick giveaway that only lasts a day or two. So keep checking my channel. I'm not going to post it on Facebook or Twitter or any of the other stuff. I'm just going to keep it right here. Don't forget to use my affiliate link that I will have posted in the description of this video if you want any type of metal detectors or metal detecting supplies. That'll take you directly to metaldetector.com, and those guys will help you out, and they have a low price guarantee, and they have my seal of approval. Very important. And they're great supporters of my channel, and I hope that you give those guys a shot. So in a few days to maybe a week, we'll do a giveaway. It's Thanksgiving coming up. Might put a slight crimping thing, so I'm not exactly sure when we're going to do the giveaway, but it'll be within a week to 2 weeks at the latest. Pay attention to my channel. One of you guys is going to win. That I can promise you.